Hi everyone, and welcome back to the MS Workouts channel. I'm super glad that you are here today. Today, I'm going to show you a few simple leg strengthening exercises to keep that ball rolling and you increasing the tools that you have at your disposal to strengthen your lower body, okay? And these exercises are gonna be executed from a chair. Use a progress journal to write down your results after every single one of your exercise attempts. If you don't have a progress journal, then please click on the link below the video because we're providing a free one for you all the time. Utilize it, okay? Next week, all right, we're gonna demonstrate several leg stretches. So we're doing exercises these last couple weeks. Then we're gonna switch into the active rest tool that you can use between those 1 to 3 exercise sessions on a weekly basis so that you know what to do every single day to be making sure that you're moving towards your goal, okay? To help reduce tightness, spasticity, increase your leg strength. So make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and that you turn on the dang notifications. Why? Because then you know when these tools are dropped and you can get them immediately and you can work them into your schedule and get the best results. You ready to do this today? Let's go. Welcome back to our series on strengthening your lower body. This week, we're going to execute some exercises from the chair, okay? Now, one of them will be standing, but you don't have to necessarily be extremely functional or have the ability to walk per se to execute this exercise, which is really, really cool. It's gonna help strengthen your quads and your glutes. We're gonna do one for not only quads, glutes, but also hamstring, all from the seated position. Last week, we executed the exercises from the bed. You can combine the two of these as you are executing your sessions the rest of this month. Just make sure that you're giving yourself a full 2 to 3 minutes between those sets so that you are allowing your body enough recovery time before reapplying the exercise to the same muscle group, okay? That's gonna help you develop strength. Now, in our membership program at msworkouts.com, we program full body exercise sessions that allow you to do a lower body, then an upper body, then a lower body, then an upper body, then a torso, so that you can keep the pace up, get the cardiovascular exercise and all the above. So if you're interested in something like that, again, we have a membership program, msworkouts.com. Feel free to check it out. For the meantime though, I'm glad that you're here and we're gonna really get after this lower body day. So just give your best effort, make sure you have a progress journal. As I mentioned, keep it cool so that you can engage at a high level because that's what's going to deliver your results. Let's do it. Okay, as I mentioned, we're gonna execute an exercise to begin with that's going to target your quadriceps and your glutes. I'm in a chair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this windowsill or wall to help stabilize myself so that I can focus on my form. It's going to be what I would call a isometric or metabolic squat. And the cool thing about this is you just have to give your best effort, right? The goal is to reach muscle failure. That's going to ensure you have adequate intensity to prompt results. Okay, so I'm gonna get my clock set. I suggest you do the same, okay? I'm gonna set on the windowsill here. We're gonna stand all the way up. Then we're gonna go to the starting position, which is ideally 90 degrees of the knee. I'm gonna use the windowsill to help assist myself, okay? I'm gonna head down. I'm going to go clock on, okay? Now notice I'm not touching the seat, okay? I have my hands here on the windowsill to help my balance, and I'm squeezing thighs, glutes, my weight's through my heels, my knees are over my ankles, okay? My hips are back, my back is flat. I don't want my knees forward, and I don't want my knees caved in, okay? You want your knees slightly out on the heels, back flat, pelvis neutral to extended, and 90 degrees. Getting down to 90 degrees allows you to engage your entire portion of your quadriceps. The higher you are, the less intense it is on the upper portion of your quadricep. At 90 degrees, you've got your entire aspect of your thigh quadriceps engaged. Flaring knees, squeezing glutes allows you to engage the glutes. Muscle failure is the goal. That's the point where you can no longer hold in this position. When you get to that point, slowly go to the seat, right? Notate the time that's on the clock and then jump right back in and keep giving your best effort for the remainder of the exercise, okay? Keep that time that you reached failure in your head because you're gonna notate it at the end. It's extremely important to be measured. You hear that all the time if you've been around our channel for any time whatsoever. Last 30 seconds, heart rate's coming up. We're in the exhaust range, right? You all know if you are a member or you've experienced any part of our MS Workouts platform, we have graphics, audio, all the above for our members, but I'm going to cue you here today. Last 15 seconds, whew, to reach muscle failure, feeling a deep burn. That's literally stores of glucose being drained out of the muscles, which is going to allow you to increase insulin sensitivity, all kinds of other improvements. Slowly disengaged, completed. I crossed that 130 mark. I was spitting out some of the benefits, right? You will improve blood glucose. You will have cardiovascular impact, stability of joints. Those are all on top of the strengthening of your lower body, which will allow you to be much more mobile, have more injury resistance, and all those wonderful things. Whew, goodness gracious. So I completed the exercise, meaning I didn't reach muscle failure, okay? Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I basically left something on the table, meaning I did not let my muscles clearly know that I want them to adapt. My muscles could handle that. So why would they need to get stronger, okay? We want to ensure every exercise set that we are communicating clearly to our targeted muscles that I need you to be stronger, okay? Then in the recovery process, we give them time, resources such as protein, active rest blood flow that helps them develop and super compensate, which then leads to better abilities. All right, we're gonna go and do a hip bridge next. So we went anterior side. Whew, now we're gonna go hamstring and glute, okay? So posterior side of that lower body. Now, we're gonna slide the chair back against the wall to add a little bit of stability into the chair. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna execute a bridge from the chair to the seated position. So I want you to scoot your hips forward just a little bit in the seat. You're gonna make sure your ankle is about 90 degrees, or the knee's about 90 degrees, and the ankle's directly below the knee ideally, okay? What we're going to do once we begin is we will press through heels, and we're going to attempt to elevate the hips up, okay? Now, you may not be able to lift your hips up as high as I just did. That's perfectly fine. The key here is to give your very best effort to lift as high as you can. Even if you can't lift your hips up off the seat, if you're actively engaged at your best effort, okay, that's where your starting position is. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. You don't have to look like me. Once we get to that starting position, we're gonna hit the clock, we're gonna start the exercise, and the goal is to stay engaged until you can't. When you start to lose the ability to stay at that initial engagement, that's the successful point that you're gonna notate. All right, let's do this. Okay, as I mentioned, push through heels, squeeze glutes, elevate hips, clock is on. And you're elevating those hips as high as you can. Again, you may not be able to take them up off of the seat yet. That's okay. That's the wonderful thing about approaching exercise this way, is that we are personalizing it to you, meaning that you need to meet your body where it's currently at. Progressively challenge it, notate it, go forward, focus on your recovery, and you develop results. All right, we are staying through the heels, flaring knees, slight tuck of pelvis. I feel my glutes, my rear end, and my hamstrings lit up right now, okay? Now, I don't have any resistance on me, but if I can complete this exercise, the way you would increase the difficulty is you would add a resistance to your pelvis right below your belt line so that you're loading your hips and your pelvis directly down, which then adds more challenge to the targeted muscles of hamstrings and glutes. Now, we're already past the 45-second mark. This is not only good for your lower body strength and function, it's also really good for low back lumbar stability, hip strength, you name it. All right, we're getting ready to go past the 60-second mark, feeling a deep burn. Again, I have my weight through my heels, my knees are flared, they're not in. Okay, I wanna protect the medial side and engage my abductors and glute min. All right, going past the 115 mark. Again, muscle failure is the point where you can no longer keep those hips fully elevated in the air. When you start to lose the ability to stay where you currently were, notate that time. All right, last 15 seconds, we're there to reach muscle failure. Notice there's a shake, there's a burn and fatigue, but I haven't quite reached failure yet. I'm staying through those heels, I'm actively breathing. 2 more seconds, 1 more second, and slowly disengaging. Completed, okay? Notice heart rate's up, and that's one of the biggest misunderstandings about exercise, or quote, cardio, okay? If you are loading your muscle and taxing your systems, the cardiovascular system will respond. And notice there was no impact on that exercise, meaning I was not jumping, I was not bounding, so there was no stress on my joints whatsoever. You don't have to be able to run to get cardio, okay? But there's a whole other video for that. We're focusing on simply strengthening your legs today. Okay, so bridge, 130. I'm gonna hit, circle that plus, because I know I need to increase the difficulty next time. All right, if you've been around for any time whatsoever on the channel, you know, okay, we just executed our exercise. Now it's time to vigorously focus on the recovery process. Give yourself at least 48 hours of recovery and then reapply these exercises, okay? Make sure the intensity is high enough, make sure you're challenging yourself, and then understand the importance of the recovery process, okay? We will be giving you tools throughout the month from a restorative aspect, stretches, all kinds of things to help in the active rest as well. Continue to utilize this month and share with us your results, your experience during this month in the comment box below so we can connect with you. And then also, if you're interested, we have membership at msworkouts.com where you can literally visit with me and the team on a weekly basis, not only in live exercise sessions, but live Q&A sessions as well, on top of full body strength training and active rest modalities. With that, I want you to have an excellent afternoon. Focus on giving, or morning, evening, whenever you're watching this, focus on giving your very best effort, being measured, and understanding that you can do it. Simply show up, give your best effort, and you're gonna see a difference. See you next week. Our YouTube channel is a great place to start gaining strength, but if you want to get serious about reducing your symptoms and getting results, then you need to be on a weekly structured strength training program with other individuals just like you. And that's exactly what we offer at MS Workouts through our membership. Click the link in the video or below the video to learn how our membership can help you achieve your goals. And while you're on the website, make sure you sign up for the no-cost 7-day strength camp so you can experience how we can help you do the things that you love to do with more confidence. See you all next week.